what is going on, F3 family? Welcome back to another video. I'm doing some quick turnaround these days. Video out on Wednesday, video coming out on Friday, no big deal. Now you might be thinking, wow, that last video, that last video was insanely long. And you're right, it was. It will not happen again for a long time, but I hope you guys enjoyed that new kind of content. This week is gonna be very, very, very short. I'm here to talk about my game week 12 team reveal. I did in fact make 2 transfers. Yes, you saw that right. Of all the punts that I've made this season, this is the biggest one yet, so stay tuned. Without any further ado, why don't we just go ahead and get right into it then, huh? This is the team. This is the team we're running with this week. Now, normally I put out these videos and then I wait to make my transfers, so the team having the video isn't always my final exact team, but this week it is. This is the exact team that I will be setting up with for game week 12. Let's go and talk about my 2 transfers, all right? So I took out Vardy, I took out Rudiger, and I brought in the main man, Ronaldo. And I brought in Tyrek Lampty. Some of you might not even know who this player is, and if you don't, you should. Real quick, let's talk about the reasons that I got rid of the 2 players that I did. I got rid of Vardy because his form has been so poor. He's at the bottom of just about every list you can find for forwards in the game right now. Shots in the box, expected goals, expected assists. He's at the bottom of all of them. He's been so poor. And I know he has some good fixtures coming up, but this week he's playing Chelsea. Why would I play him? And I figured if I'm gonna have that money in the team, I might as well spend it on someone better. And I got rid of Rudiger, not because he's not a good player, but because I wanted to free up some of that money for a transfer I want to make in the future, which we will talk about next week. So I needed to go with a defender below 4.5 million, and I went with Tyrek Lampty. Lively Lampty, as many people know him. At the beginning of the last season, he was the absolute talk of the FPL community. Looked like he was going to be an absolute worldie at Brighton on the right as a right back. He plays as a right back, but he really plays on the right wing. And with the system that Brighton plays, he is attacking all the time. He's one of the fastest players in the Premier League, and then, boom, huge injury. He's out for the entire rest of the season and the beginning of this season. So he just got fit to play again. Well, he's been fit, but they've been introducing him into the team very slowly again because of how good he is and how careful they want to be. Anyway, he got his first start last week, okay? He didn't start as a right back. He literally started the game as a right winger. He played for 74 minutes. He had 7 crosses into the box, and he had 2 shots inside the box. He was one of their most attacking players in the game. And in a Brighton team that is very solid defensively, there's a good chance he's going to get some clean sheets along the way, and playing basically as a right winger, you cannot ask for more in a 4.4 million defender. Rooney. Not right now, baby boy. Obviously, the other player that I brought in is none other than Cristiano Ronaldo. This is a massive punt for me this week. Let me go ahead and break down my reasoning as to why I brought him in the team. So he plays Watford away this week. One of the best fixtures that you can have. It's not ideal that it's away, but as I talked in my previous video, I don't really care if it's home or away. Next week he plays Chelsea, but after that, Man United have an incredible run of fixtures that I was already thinking about getting him in for regardless. Now, leading up to this game week, everybody has been talking about whether to get Kane or Son into their teams. I was in the same boat. Over the last 2 weeks, I've been debating in my mind every single day whether to bring in Kane or Son. I was trying to choose which one I wanted to do. I was planning my transfers long in advance to see which ones I wanted to get in, who I thought had the best stats, what the team was going to be looking like under Conte. And then I realized, okay, under a new manager, it takes time for a team to be able to run the system that they want to run. There's no guarantee that Kane or Son are just going to hit the ground running immediately and just bang in a ton of goals. Now, I think that they will eventually, but as of right now, there's no guarantee. So I don't want to take the risk of bringing either one of those players in because I don't know which one I want yet. So I'm going to wait a couple weeks, and after a couple weeks, if either of them are performing better than the other, or if neither of them are performing, I'm going to make a decision then on whether to bring them in. But for right now, we know Ronaldo is an incredible goal scorer. See footage.
Defensive shift. Ronaldo! Lingard. Ronaldo! Ronaldo!
And against a weak Watford side with a new manager, there's a great chance this is going to be a very good fixture for him, and he is an insane differential. So, I'm not saying this is going to happen, But if Salah blanks against Arsenal, who I think have been very, very good defensively, and there's a good chance that they're going to hold Liverpool attack at bay, and Ronaldo scores 1, maybe 2, or gets a goal and maybe an assist, a couple bonus points, that will pay off so massively for me. It's a massive punt, and I totally understand that, but it could work out really well for me. So I genuinely thought about going with a 5-2-3. And running Tyrek Lampty instead of Rafinha. That's a very, very difficult decision to make. But Rafinha is in really, really good form, and because Tottenham don't have it all together yet, there's a good chance they're going to be a tiny bit shaky at the back, meaning that Rafinha might grab a goal or two. Let's just go and talk about the rest of the team real quick. Very happy to have Trent Alexander-Arnold against Arsenal. Leicester have had a very, very, very poor defensive record over the entire season, so I think Chilwell might get an attacking return here, and there's a very good chance he's going to keep a clean sheet too, because Vardy and any of the other Leicester attackers are not performing. Cancelo against a very weak Everton side, very happy with that. Salah, of course, great form, love to have him. Foden against Everton as well, super happy. And now we come to Tony. He is blanked in every single game week that I have had him. He has not had a return yet. And you can go back and look at the video. I was very excited to have him. I thought he was going to do very well alongside Mbomo in a Brentford side that were very promising at the very beginning of the season, but they have looked so poor. Poor attacking and poor defending. And I think they're one of these teams that really perform against the big clubs, like the top 6 basically. We saw that against Chelsea. They didn't get a result, but they could have won that game. We saw that against Arsenal. They've played very, very well against those top teams. But against weaker sides, they just don't look that great. So I'm not very hopeful this week. But because Newcastle are such a weak defense and they have a new manager, there's a good chance he might get something. But if he doesn't score or get a return this week, I think he's leaving next week for sure. And then Antonio against Wolves. Wolves have looked okay, but West Ham have looked very, very good going forward, and I think it's about time Antonio finally got a return. I'm not going to lie, I'm a tad bit scared of those Spurs assets because I made such a bold decision to steer away from them for a week or 2, or maybe 3 weeks depending. If Kane or Son or even Reguilon or Emerson Royale keep a clean sheet / score or get many points at all, it is going to hurt my rank. But I'm just betting on them not having it all together just yet. And this final point is just something that I've been thinking about recently, and it has to do with Salah's insane form and how different of a season this is turning out because of him. Let me paint you a picture. In any year before this, just last year for example, if you had Cristiano Ronaldo against one of the worst teams in any league, Champions League or Premier League or Serie A, whatever it is, versus Salah, who is very good, against another top 6 club, which one of those options would you take? Cristiano, he's one of the game's best goal scorers of all time, and he's playing Watford. And yet I feel insane for captaining him this week. It's absolutely absurd. That just speaks to the talent that Salah is and the form that he is in right now. You can see here I'm predicting 67 points, a pretty average game week. I don't think my team is going to do anything crazy. I am hopeful that they will, obviously, but I just don't think it's going to be anything nuts. You know what? I'm going to go for, if I can move up into the top 6K, which would require basically a Ronaldo goal and a Salah blank, I will be so happy. Thanks for watching, guys. It was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but I'm a rambler. What can I say? Good luck this weekend.